Shabbat Shalom. In this week's Torah portion, Mir Mir on the Wall. Allow me to put my glasses on and read my notes. The opening words in this week's portion is, Judges and bailiffs you shall appoint for all of your circles. Always striving to write and speak correctly, I wondered, how come it says judges and bailiffs you should appoint for you? Which is definitely singular. Shouldn't it be plural? I thought and pondered for a moment and soon realized, after referring to an old college textbook in the English language, for you is both singular and plural, of course. The rabbis interpret this as to mean we are to judge ourselves, not just appoint judges for our cities and our government, but should definitely appoint ourselves as judges over ourselves. With this in mind, in Judaism, a person is not euphemistically lifted or transported in manner to heaven when we enter a temple, synagogue, or house of worship, as we try to bring God down to earth and near us, and have God help us here and now, close to our own being and our own environment, as well as in our heart and in our souls. Instead of trying or feeling sad or sorry for ourselves, and maybe some pity, having God come to us and our zone allows us to experience a sense of empowerment and being able to overcome our own issues and our obstacles, no matter how big or how small they may be. We, as humans, should never feel hopelessness or helplessness that we face when looking at our daily issues in our walk, as we can indeed solve and or resolve all of them. There are always those people that blame others for their personal stumbling blocks or issues at hand, and we all have issues one day or another. I honestly call them character builders, and I say that with a smile, because I wouldn't be here in front of you today if I didn't resolve some of my own. We're all human. The man who goes around and says, if only the world would allow me to work, I'd be rich. Or, gosh darn, I can't do this, but only if. Stop right there, look at yourself in the mirror, and see the person looking back, and be totally honest. I say judge yourself, but do it so fairly and with an honest heart and an honest mind and an open soul, as it is not a fault of any other person. Decide to make a change for the positive and a proactive one for your own growth, no matter what size of growth or accomplishment that is needed. We read here and again that the local senior citizen that's in her 80s or 90s went back or went to college for the very first time and just graduated at 89 or 92 years old last week. And yes, in her life she had 6 children, she's got 20 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren, and she washed all her clothes by hand. She could have pitied herself. But no, she decided to walk a different path, and she was able to bring God near her and clear her own path so she could pursue one of her life's ambitions. She sincerely judged herself and took ownership and looked in the mirror honestly and made a positive change. God was right along her side, but she judged herself and did not play the blame game or sit in a pity pot. We all wish and always hope and pray for the best for ourselves. Or do we really? Well, we should. It is work, and sometimes such hard work. Acceptance of our own limitations. Ability to reach outward for assistance or a helping hand. Multitasking daily and at all times. And just our own life's responsibilities. Yes, are we our own harshest critics? Absolutely. Do we put limitations upon ourselves that are undeserving, maybe quick to pass the buck and have a limiting self-fulfilling prophecy? We can overcome. We can overcome. Self-judgment is indeed tough work. So stand right up. Bring yourself back to earth. Take a look in that mirror and say with conviction and aloud, I can and I will. Now all of you, I can and I will. Do we have setbacks in life? We sure do, absolutely. One of my favorite quotes, and allow me to share. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which one has overcome while trying to succeed. Booker T. Washington, pretty smart man. Just remember, when you judge yourself, take an earthly position alongside of God and walk progressively and walk proactively forward, and then and only then make your judgment of self. You'll love what you see, because I'm looking at all of you, and I most definitely do. Amen.